Hey guys, welcome back to another 5-minute GLP-1 update. My name is Shayna if you're new here, and I'm on a journey to lose 70 pounds using a GLP-1 medication. If you'd like to hear how I did on my week 6 using a Tirzepatide, stick around guys, 'cause we're going to be done in 5 minutes. Okay guys, let's jump right into what the symptoms were this week. This week, guys, it was so different. If you didn't know, I take my shot on a Monday. So my first symptom that I ended up having was on Tuesday after lunch. I had a half a pastrami sandwich, and probably about an hour to an hour and a half later, I was nauseous. I felt terrible, and I did end up vomiting. And it was one time, it was quick, it wasn't terrible, but I did notice that. And I think it was because of the amount of grease that was actually in the pastrami. And note to self, that's one thing that I can no longer eat as long as I'm on this medication. Symptom number 2 that I did end up having, you guys, this week was a very heavy gut. People talk about having like a full feeling in their stomach. My stomach wasn't full. If I wanted to eat, I probably could have eaten, but my gut felt heavy and I felt bloated. And with that, on Thursday, I was up and down all night on Thursday night going into Friday with diarrhea. And I contribute that to the things that I was eating this week that I really wasn't supposed to be eating, right? I had that pastrami sandwich that probably sat, even though I threw it up, sat in me for a little while. I had some spaghetti. I had spaghetti twice this week. That probably was sitting in. So I had a lot of heavy carbohydrates that I probably should not have been eating. 1 contributed to my vomiting, and 2 contributed to me having diarrhea and having a very heavy gut feeling. Okay, now we're gonna jump into the challenges I had this week, and the challenges I had this week coincide with the symptoms. I had to figure out what foods were making me feel symptomatic, and what foods were actually helping me feel better. So for some people, it doesn't matter what they eat, they just have to control how much of it they eat. For me, specifically on this medication, I have to look at what I'm eating. When I am eating like a small thing of rice with vegetables and protein, I don't have any symptoms. When I turn and I eat the pasta, or I eat the pastrami or the steak and cheese or something like that, I will have symptoms. I will either be nauseous, my stomach will feel full, well, my gut will feel full, I will have constipation, I will have diarrhea, I will have some sort of symptom that I don't want to have, because I don't want to have symptoms on this medication. I've been lucky enough to not have very many, and that is because of how I'm eating, right? It's what I'm eating that is helping me stay symptom free. So a challenge for me this week was figuring out what foods I can and cannot eat to remain symptom free. Another challenge for me, because of the symptoms that I was having, I was not able to do as much of the exercises I wanted to do. I did get in 2 walks this week, which I'm very happy about. I did stretch. I did attempt 2 calisthenics, but I only got 1 done. So my symptoms contributed to me not being able to work out how I wanted to work out, and I had those symptoms because of what I was eating. So it's all a domino effect. So for me, it was all a domino effect based on what I eat. I don't know if I had any wins, so I'm going to talk about non-scale victories, guys. I had one non-scale victory is I was able to wear an outfit, a dress specifically, that I couldn't fit in June. Guys, it's August. I couldn't fit the dress in June, and now I can fit the dress. I also had a pair of shorts that were a little bit too tight for me at the beginning of the summer, and they fit now. So I didn't have a lot of wins in regards to my exercise or my food or my meal prepping or things like that. But this week I was able to try on some clothes, and I realized that, wow, I actually am starting to lose a little bit of weight because I can fit some of the things that I couldn't fit 6 weeks ago, which definitely put a smile on my face, especially considering all the symptoms that I was having. Okay, so my next week goals. I'm gonna keep my exercise goals the same for next week because I didn't meet them this week. And I really think that for me, the goals that I have in regards to working out are working for me. And they're still challenging because I'm not always doing it. But what I really wanna focus on again this week, you guys, is my food and what exactly I'm putting into my body. I want to make sure that I am getting high fiber. I want to make sure that I'm getting a lot of vegetables. I want to make sure that I'm continuing to get a lot of protein. I just need to stop with the nonsense and eating the high carbohydrated foods and really get back onto a good eating plan for myself. All right, what you guys have all been waiting for, my weigh-in, right? Okay, so we know I started this journey at 205.8. Last week, I weighed in at 193.8. This week, guys, even with all my symptoms and everything, I weighed in at 193.2. Guys, I still lost weight, even with all the symptoms, even with the spaghetti. Yeah, but Shayna, you only lost like what, 0.6 pounds, a half a pound, a little over half a pound. You could have did that without the medication. You're right, I could have, but I didn't, which is why I'm on the medication to begin with, right? I lost a little over a half a pound, which brings my total down to, I think I've already said this, but 193.2. So I'm at a total loss now in 6 weeks of 12.6 pounds. 12.6 pounds, yes, 12.6 pounds. I'm very happy about that. I think that continuing to be on this 2.5 milligram of Mounjaro has challenged me. This week is kind of like, Shayna, you have to put in the work, you have to eat properly, and we're gonna slow down your weight loss because right now it's on you. But I think I'm learning more about myself and what my body can handle on a day-to-day. So guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you like what you see in the 5-minute GLP-1 update videos, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and come back and hang out with me next week. I also want to hear a little bit from you guys in the comments. So why don't you guys tell me, did you guys have any non-scale victories this week? Or did you have a really big scale victory this week? I want to know how you guys are doing. You guys are my buddies in this. You guys know how I feel about comments. You guys know how I feel about talking back to you. I talk a lot. Let me know how you guys are doing. And also, if you have any recipes for snacks or food or anything like that that you'd like to share with me and the community, please share them, guys, okay? I'll see you guys next week. And it's going to be week 7. Week 7. We're already at week 7. All right, guys, I talk too much. All right, bye. See you later.